I was curious, Mike Francesa's take on this, the Radio Hall of Famer. He took the temperature of New York sports for quite a few decades there with Mad Dog Russo, former WFAN host and host of the Mike Francesa podcast. And that's Bet Rivers Network. You can listen to Mike. Instant reactions to the biggest games and unbiased sports talk each week. Mike, good to have you back. Where do you stand on Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets? Yay or nay?
Nice to be with you. First, let me put a plug in for Bet Rivers for all you folks who need to make wages because they pay the bills. As far as I think the Jets want him a lot. I don't think the Packers want him at all. But I think he's trying everybody's patience. And let me say this. If he doesn't make an announcement today, then he can get lost. I think that he will have worn out his time period. It's over. He's captivated the city and the media for long enough, and there comes a point where everyone just says, enough, goodbye. And I think he's pushing the limit right now. So hopefully he puts this to bed today.
But I wonder about this wish list that you're bringing in these players. I don't know if you bring in OBJ, if they can afford him.
Please no.
You don't want OBJ in a Jets
uniform? I don't want him. I can't stand him. I couldn't stand him when he was here. A guy who will ruin every team he's on. I don't want him anywhere near the Jets. The Jets have a chance to be terrific. Mm-hmm. And for him to come in with a wish list of basically guys who are on the other side of it at best, except for one, I mean, be quiet. Come here, lead, quarterback, cash your big check, and shut up. I mean, geez, he's annoyed me to the point where I really wanted him here in the worst way because I want to watch him play. He's a brilliant quarterback, as talented a quarterback as I've ever seen. But the other stuff, the baggage and all the nonsense and the wish list and everything else, be quiet and come here and just be the quarterback.
Is he overrated or overcovered?
He's overcovered on the field. He is not overrated, although his postseason play leaves a lot to be desired when you look at it compared to his regular season play. He has not. You look at guys, and the guys we revere the most are the guys who, if not lift their postseason performances, at least make them equal to their regular season performances. He's not one of those. Peyton Manning wasn't one of those. Derek Jeter was one who did it the other way, and that's why he's so revered. Tom Brady, same thing. They were better in the big game. Joe Montana was brilliant in the big game. So those are the guys we revere the most, and I think he has been on the other side. He has not been as good in the postseason in the big game as he's been in the regular season, where he has been the best quarterback for a very long time.
What is plan B for the Jets?
Now I don't think they have one, but let me say this. I heard someone say ones. If they give up a one, considering how boxed in the Packers are, it would be the worst horse trading in the history of the NFL. They should never, ever give up a one in this because the Packers have no choice but to get rid of them. If they give up anything better than a conditional two, I think they got it absolutely taken in the deal.
But I also wonder about this, Mike. We're talking to Mike Francesa, that the Packers may look at this, that Rodgers is asking for these items. They sign Lazard. If they're going to bring in Randall Cobb, Mercedes Lewis, that it feels like the Packers may have a little leverage with them to say, all right, you're down the road with him. You're going to make this deal. We'd like a little bit more from you guys for Aaron Rodgers.
I think the Packers are so desperate to get out from under him and his money right now that they will just say goodbye. And the deal, my understanding, the deal's done. So the deal was done. If the deal is done with any number ones, I think the Jets got taken to the cleaners because the Packers are completely desperate. And if you notice, look around. There's nobody else who wants them.
Yeah. Explain the Jets' history here to people just so they get a sense of, and you were there.
Clueless. I mean, just one word, clueless. I mean, there's no other word. An owner who has no idea, hired the wrong people, set the wrong tone, made the wrong moves, made the wrong deals, throw in bad luck, and you have a franchise that has been completely inept, and that's what they are.
Robert Saleh and Aaron Rodgers. How will that marriage work?
I think it'll work fine because I think he will leave him alone. He's a defensive coach. They have a terrific defense. They have a great defense, and they have personnel. Hall's is a terrific back if he's healthy. Wilson's a wonderful receiver. I'd go out with that 13th pick and take the Notre Dame tight end and give him that target. I think that kid's going to be a superstar. That's what I would do. They go out and get another receiver, maybe draft one, maybe an inch away. They got to buff up the offensive line a little bit. Their defense is right now as good as any defense in the National Football League. I think that they are an inch away with the right quarterback.
Okay, where do you have them? Let's start with the AFC East. Are they comparable to Buffalo if Rodgers comes there?
Yes.
Miami?
Better.
Patriots didn't do anything in the offseason.
No, not even on the discussion.
Okay. Now let's take it out of the AFC East. Where would the Jets stand? Start with the...
In my mind, second to Kansas City.
Really?
Yes.
Second best team in the AFC?
Yes, with Rodgers. And with Rodgers focused and understanding what he has to do, and I'm hoping that's the case, because I think Rodgers still has a lot left. Let's be honest. He threw a lot of passes last year that were dropped. You had a lot of guys run the wrong routes. They ran the wrong routes all season. They ran the wrong routes in the red zone. He was completely upset and really terrorized by them more than anything else. I think he's got everything he has. I think he could be good for 3 more years minimum if he wants to do it. I really do. I think he's got a lot left.
That's what...
If he wants to come here and get this done and not be off in a tent somewhere or worrying about jeopardy or whatever's on his mind, I don't know. The bottom line is he comes in, and I'm all for him taking the number 12. I thought that was a very nice move by Joe Namath, who is a wonderful person and as gracious a superstar. And Joe is as big a superstar as there has ever been if you're my age. Joe meant it. He meant it a good way. And there's a symmetry there. From 12, 50 years ago to now, 12 again. I like that. Let him wear it. Wear it with pride. Wear it and try to take this team and lead it. And they have the talent to be really something special if he is all in.
You can hear more of Mike, the Mike Francesa podcast from Bet Rivers Network. While I have you, are you all in on the Knicks?
I like where they're going. I'm not all in. I love Brunson. The Hart move was perfect. It made them better. It made them cohesive. It gave them a real rotation. It made them better both sides of both ends of the floor. They're playing really well now. The Brunson ankle was a bit of a problem because it set them back a little bit. They still won on the West Coast, which was good. I think they could go in and they could win a series. I don't think they'll go past that, but that will light up this town, and the town has bought them and bought into them for the first time in years, and the biggest reason is Brunson. His leadership, he was worth it. He was worth more, double what he got. That's how good he's been. He's a leader. He's a winner. Bringing Hart in was a great move. They're there now if they don't screw it up. They have to exchange Randall for one more really good or top player. If they can do that, because I'm not a big Randall guy, and he's terrible in the fourth quarter. If they can do that, they could finally maybe challenge. But right now, I think they're going to go in the playoffs and win a round.
Great to catch up with you, Mike. Good luck with the podcast, and thanks for joining us.
I have no faith in Adam Sandler's bracket. I can tell you that right now.
Who do you have winning it all?
I think Alabama is the best team, and Miller's the best player, as long as he's not complicit in a capital murder, which imagine we have to say that before the tournament starts. As long as he's not complicit in a capital murder, I think they can go all the way. Imagine making that statement.
I know. Well, I wonder how much of a storyline this becomes, Mike, as Alabama progresses in the tournament.
I don't know, but he's the closest thing to Durant I've ever seen. I know the big guy is the whole draft this year because he's such a freakish player, but I would take Miller second. I think Miller is the closest thing to Durant I've ever seen. He is a great player.
Thank you, Mike.
See you, Dan. Take care.
That's Mike Francesa from Bet Rivers Network, the Mike Francesa podcast. You can listen to his instant reactions to biggest games on Bias Sports Talk each week.